Hmm. Hello and welcome to Crack CA Exams with us, which is a vertical of Unacademy, which caters and helps the students of the CA Foundation exam, CA Intermediate exam, and the CA Final exam in their preparation for the CA Foundation exam, Final exam, and Intermediate exam. The Crack CA Exams with us vertical gives you top educators, quality content, and overall a great learning experience. So come, let's crack CA exams with Unacademy, and where you get all three things at once. That is top educators, quality content, and a great learning experience. Okay, I welcome you to the session. Before we start, a little about the educator today. That's me. Hello, I'm Prathik Gupta. I am a Bachelor of Commerce from Christ College, Bangalore University. I am an associate member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, an associate member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, and a law graduate from Karnataka State Law University, as well as an associate member of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India. Currently, I am practicing a chartered accountant and also a visiting faculty in a number of institutes for CA subjects and an educator for CA subjects both online and offline. Prior to starting my own practice, I worked with SR Bartley Boy & Co., Bartley Boy & Associates, that is the Indian member firm of Ernst & Young Global, EY Global, in the Audit and Assurance Department, and Ernst & Young India, EY India, in the Mergers and Acquisitions Department. Post that, I worked with the Manipal Group in Bangalore as a corporate controller of their Indian entity and their German subsidiary located in Frankfurt, Germany. It's only after I got back from Frankfurt, Germany, that I decided to start my own, and here I am today in front of you. So a warm welcome to all of you to my session today. So Unacademy also has a Plus platform, which is a paid platform, which is a subscription based platform, and which gives you a wide range of courses, resources, and content to choose from to help you prepare for your exams of your choice. So once you enroll to the Plus platform of Unacademy, what do you get? You get daily live classes in which you get to choose your educator, you get to choose the topic that you want, and also you get to chat with your educator, engage in discussions with him, ask your doubts, and answer polls. All this while the class is going on. Yes, you heard it right. All this while the class is going on. You do not need to wait for a separate day or a separate schedule or a separate appointment. You can clear your doubts and discuss things with your educator as and when the doubts or the discussions arise in live time during the classes going on. Then the Plus Academy of the Plus platform of Unacademy conducts live tests and quizzes which help you evaluate your preparation with the regular mock tests and quizzes that is conducted by the Plus platform, and in turn which help you get an analysis of your performance. So with the analysis of your performance, you get to know your weak areas, your strong areas, your not so strong areas. So what does that do? Once you identify your weak areas, your not so strong areas, and your strong areas, you can obviously bifurcate time and devote time accordingly. So you can spend more time on your weak areas, little less time on your not so strong areas, and little time on your strong areas. So what are you doing in this? Your weak areas are being focused on so that they can convert and they can become your strong areas. All right. So the live tests and quizzes conducted by the Plus platform of Unacademy helps you evaluate your performance from time to time and also see what level of preparations you have done for those examinations. The courses prepared or provided by the Plus platform of Unacademy are structured courses. They are structured courses because they are in line with the syllabus of the examination you're preparing for. So once you cover a particular course on the Plus platform, you can rest assured that to the maximum extent possible, you have covered your entire syllabus for that examination. Okay, so in that way, the courses provided by Unacademy are structured. And lastly, and most importantly, one subscription to the Plus platform of Unacademy gives you unlimited access to all the live and recorded courses to watch from the comfort of any of your devices. So what do you get in this? One subscription to Unacademy will give you access, or it opens up the door to all the live and recorded sessions of your favorite educators, your interested topics, and all this can be viewed by you at the comfort of your house using any device. You can use it on your desktop, laptop, tablet, or your mobile, or carry in your mobile to whichever place you feel like. And there is no restriction on the time. There is no time limit for it. You can access this information whenever you want. Okay, so that is one of the most important feature of the Unacademy Plus platform. So I really hope and encourage you all to become a part of the Plus program as soon as possible and take advantage of the various benefits that it provides. And I look forward to seeing you on the Plus platform very soon. For those of you who have downloaded the Unacademy Learning app and are using it, I thank you very much, and I request your support in the future as well. And for those of you who have not yet downloaded the Unacademy Learning app, I request you to go to your Play Store and download the Unacademy Learning app and register on it using the OTP that will be sent to your mobile number. So once you do that, it's quite a simple process to register on the Unacademy Learning app. Once you do that, you will open your gateway to the world of courses, resources, and content that Unacademy has to provide to you to help you in your preparation for your examinations. You will get live sessions, you will get the recorded sessions, everything at your perusal, so that you can make use of it and benefit from the same. So, and in case you have any problem while doing so, you can always chat with us, chat with Unacademy, and clear your doubts. So once again, for the people who have not yet downloaded the Unacademy Learning app, I request you to do so from your Play Store as soon as possible and register on it and take advantage of the opportunities and benefits that this app provides to you. Like I told you, the Plus platform of Unacademy is a subscription-based platform which provides you various benefits like we saw earlier. So the CA Foundation and Intermediate subscription of the Plus platform of Unacademy provides you the following packages. The 1 month package costs you rupees 3,500. The 3 month package costs you rupees 8,750. The 6 month package costs you rupees 14,000. The 12 month package costs you rupees 17,500. And the 24 months package costs you rupees 21,000. Okay, while you're free to choose the package you want, when you decide the package you want, please do not forget to use the code Prathik, which will get you a discount of 10% on the list price. I repeat, Prathik, Prathik, that will give you a discount of 10% on the list price. So the after discount price of the various packages are: the 1 month package will cost you rupees 3,150. The 3 months package will cost you rupees 7,875. The 6 month package will cost you rupees 12,600, and the 12,600, 1 second. Okay, just 1 sec. 12,600. The 12 month package will cost you rupees 15,750, and the 24 month package will cost you rupees 18,900. While you're free to choose the package of your choice, I personally would recommend to you to go for the 12 month package or the 24 month package for the following reasons. If you see the per month cost of the 1 month package and the per month cost of the 12 months or 24 months package, it is almost less than 1/3 of the 1 month package. So it is very cost effective in that way. So, and also please remember, in this package the CA Foundation and the intermediate course is being provided in one subscription, and normally it takes about for you to prepare for the foundation and for the intermediate exam, it takes about a year. So it makes sense for you to go for the 12 month package or the package more than that. So that's why I strongly recommend to you to go for the 12 month or the 24 month package. But having said this, you're free to choose the package of your choice. And while you decide the package of your choice, please do not forget to use the code Prathik, Prathik, to get a discount of 10% on the listed price. I request you to take a minute, go through the slide carefully, and then in case you have any questions, to ask me. This slide gives you the details of the Plus platform and the packages for the CA Foundation and Intermediate subscription. We shall proceed very soon. Okay, so again, PRATHIK, do not forget to use this code to get your discount. Okay, now, and also let me also bring to your attention that I have, for the people who have not yet followed my profile on Unacademy, I request you to go to the Unacademy app and go to my profile, that is Prathik Gupta, PRATHIK and click on the follow button. Now what happens when you follow my profile? You get real-time updates about the timings of my session, and the subject of my sessions, so that you can always be on time for my sessions, and it will be an honor or privilege for me to have you in my sessions as well. So I once again repeat, for people who have not yet followed my profile, please go on to the Unacademy app, go to my profile Prathik Gupta and click on the follow button on my profile, which will give you real-time updates about the timings and subjects of my sessions, which I'm going to be taking in future. Having said this, I have taken a lot of sessions on YouTube already and on the Unacademy app on various topics and subjects, ranging from the Companies Act, the Income Tax Act, the basics of accounts, the Indian Contracts Act, the Partnership Act, the Limited Liability Act, the Sale of Goods Act, and many other sessions on generally how to prepare for the CA exams and how to cope with the CA exams. All these sessions of mine are present on YouTube and the Unacademy app. I request you to go through it and benefit from it. And in case you have any doubts, you can ask me whenever you want. You can either go to my profile and ping it and message me, or you can ask me during my next session on YouTube or on the Unacademy app. Okay, so this was the packages about this thing. And what are we going to discuss today? So today what we are going to discuss is a very general topic, but it is applicable to almost all of us. How to appear in examinations. And this is, I'm not doing it specifically for CA examinations, but it is generally for examinations. Whenever I need to point out anything for CA examinations especially, I will do that. But this is a general thing on how to appear in examinations, and especially if they are professional examinations, how do you appear? It's very important for us to know this. All of us have written exams, and I'm sure the people who are listening today, a few of you might be in your 11th or 12th and deciding to take up CA. A few of you would have completed your 12th and enrolled or just registered for the CA Foundation or CPT exams. Or there might be a lot of you who have finished your 12th and who are already graduates and then deciding to take up the CA course. So what the thing I'm trying to say is there is a mix of people who have already appeared in a lot of exams already. So exams are not new to you. All right, so all of you know what exams are, right? Because you already have appeared in a lot of exams. I mean, as students, the first real exam that we faced, which was pressurized, was the board exams, the 10th standard exams, CBSE, ICSE, SSLC, and that's when we faced the first pressure. Before that, it used to be the school exams, but the 10th was the board exams where we faced a lot of pressure. Then the 12th exams, then the graduation exams. Now, as we're talking about the CA Foundation and Intermediate course, please remember the CA examination is going to be many levels above what examinations we have done so far. It will be much tougher, much complex than your 10th exam, 12th exam, and your degree exams. But please remember, because you have been through your 10th, 12th and your graduation, your body and your mind has also grown. So now you are in a position where even the CA exams, you will be able to grasp it well and prepare for it. All right, so today in the topic, we're going to discuss about general guidelines on how to appear in your exams. Some things might apply to a lot of you, some things might not apply to a lot of you, and that's the reason why I said these are general guidelines. So please take it that way. These are not hard and fast water compartment rules that they will work, but based on experience and based on performance, they have worked with a lot of people. And if you do inculcate these in your preparations or examination preparations, then it will definitely benefit you. During the course of the session, in case you have any questions, any doubts at any time, please feel free to ask me. Okay, and I will be happy to answer you. All right, so now let's just basically start off, like, just for sake of it, as to what do you mean by exam? What is an exam? All of us think about exam. We've been writing exams right from our school days as kids. We wrote exams from, as far as I remember, first standard, second standard, third standard, then the 10th, then the 12th exam, then the first year degree, second year degree, CA foundation, CA intermediate, CA final. All right, so we've written a lot of these examinations, or we are going to write a lot of these examinations. So firstly, you need to put in your mind as to what exactly do you mean by an examination. An examination is a measurement of retrieval skills under set conditions. Please remember, an examination is not a test of your intelligence or how intelligent you are. It is just a measurement of retrieval skills. Retrieval skills means whatever you have learned, how soon or how well you can retrieve that information under a given set of conditions. And those set of conditions are quite complex and pressure situations, right? So you need to cope up with those situations, and then based on that, in that situation, how do you retrieve the information that you've already learned is an examination. Okay, so measurement of retrieval skills under set conditions, focused question, inquiry, set period of time, no external access, support, dictated context, etc. So please remember, when you go for an examination, all efforts are made to make it as difficult as as possible. How? Because you get focused questions, then you get a set period of time, you get a 2 hours or 3 hour period to write your examination, you get no external access, you cannot ask anyone for help, and plus you do not get any support. You're not supposed to ask anyone, and you need to completely rely on your mind. So even the CA exams are the same way. Please remember, CA exams are difficult. First and foremost, you need to agree that CA exams are difficult, but they are not impossible to crack. People have done it in the past, and if people have done it in the past, there is no reason why you cannot do it. I do not see any reason why each one of you who's listening to me today can crack the CA exams. Definitely you can crack the CA exams. It is difficult, it is scary, yes, but it is not impossible. And all efforts are made to make the difficult exam as difficult as possible, because once you clear the exam, CA final, you will be a professional. So a professional needs to be a man or woman of solid metal and a solid caliber, and that is the reason why these exams are tough, so that you're trained that way. The entire curriculum, the entire exam is made that way, so that you're trained in such a way. Second point, retrieval process, accessing memory to select, synthesize, manipulate, prune, and transfer relevant information to answer the question. Please remember, first and foremost, now I'm talking to you out of personal experience. Once let's say you've studied for 3 months, and there are 8 subjects, and there are 8 subjects into 20 chapters each, 160 chapters in your head, and there are thousands of sections going on in your head, and you might worry, how will I actually remember all this in the examination? Please remember, once the question paper comes in front of you for that subject, firstly your mind has then become tuned. It becomes tuned to the fact that out of all the 8 subjects you've studied today, you're going to write the exam for 1 subject. So already the remaining 7 subjects, whatever you've studied, will move aside, and the 8th and the 1 subject will be in your mind. And then once you read the question, the relevant answer or the information will automatically come to your mind. Okay, so you don't need to worry about it. How much ever theory, how much ever practical you've studied, once you go to the examination for a particular subject and your mind focuses on that subject, then everything will fall in place. An exam explores knowledge, understanding and skills learned over an extended period of time, say a semester, 2 years or 3 years. So like I said, an examination is not a reflection of your intelligence. but it's only a reflection of your retrieval, understanding skills, that how well you've understood a particular concept and how well you can retrieve it when a particular focused question is asked to you. All right, any questions so far? No. An exam is not an intelligence test or a test of overall knowledge or understanding. Please get this straight. I have been repeating this all throughout, that an examination does not reflect on your intelligence but only reflects on your memory, your intellectual, your retrieval skills, and your knowledge that you've gained over a period of time. In no way that if you do badly in an exam that you're not intelligent or you're stupid. No, it does not reflect that. Examinations are a test of your other skills. All right. Okay, please take about 30 seconds, go through this, and then we proceed. Okay, now we start with the exam preparation. All right, so this is the step-by-step guide as to how do you need to prepare for the exams. Okay, start with the exam. That is, what do I need to know to do well? Okay, now firstly, now let's say for a CA exams, you're thinking about the exams already. So your first question in your mind should be, what do I need to know to do well? Now, if you ask me this at the beginning of a course, I will say yes, you need to know everything. But because in a CA course, there is nothing called as out of syllabus. Everything you need to know, or you need to have an idea about it. So if you ask me right now, what do you need to know to do well in a CA exam? I will say everything. But as you start studying, you will start identifying a lot of things that are going to be important. And how do you know? So you need to start preparing for your examination. I don't know how many of you use it, but there is a document called a scanner. Okay, which as a student, as a CA, CS, CWA student, I used the scanner a lot, and that was one of the main documents or books that I relied on in my preparation for these professional examinations. A scanner gives you the chapter-wise details of how much weightage it carries in terms of marks in each year of the examination, and what kind of questions were asked in the examination, whether it was objective types, whether it was 15 marks, 5 marks, or 10 marks. All this information was contained in the scanner. So before I prepared for any exam, intermediate, final, for CA, CS, or CWA, CMA, I bought a scanner, and I used the scanner before every chapter. Before I started a chapter, I opened the scanner and saw that in that chapter, what is the weightage of marks, what are the kind of questions asked, and then I study. All right, so this is just to prepare or set the mood for your preparation, the scanner. All right, then what you need to do is plan your revision. What questions am I going to answer? So obviously, please remember, once you start your preparation for CA exams, you need, at least before your exam, you need to study each subject at least 3 times. Once is the first time, and then the remaining 2 times is your revision. And whenever you do your revision, your first revision and the second revision, the time taken to do that subject should automatically reduce. All right, and at that point, you need to, looking at the scanner and your revision, you should be in a position to decide what questions am I going to answer and how am I going to answer them. This should also be part of your preparation. When you look at the scanner and the suggested answers and RTPs provided by the institute. Now, RTPs are revision test papers which the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India provides a few weeks before each examination. So you need to actually take the RTPs very seriously and prepare for them. RTPs, MTPs means mock test papers, and suggested answers. These are materials provided by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and you need to take them quite seriously before your examination and use them as a revision tool. All right, then you need to make notes. Now, for preparation of exam, like I told you, you need to study every chapter at least 3 times, every subject at least 3 times. So when you study it for the first time, you need to make the habit of making notes. Now, a lot of people make notes as today. They take another notebook and they make notes there. But and a lot of people write in the textbook itself, or a lot of people use a highlighter and they highlight the important points there itself. But when I used to study for my exams, I used to use those yellow sticky notes, and I used to make my notes and stick it on that page, summarizing the entire page or the important point on that page. Now, why is this important? Because please remember, once you read it, when you read the subject for the first time, you can take a long time. But when you read it the second and third time, it should be a diminishing time. For example, if first time a particular subject took you 8 days, the first revision should take you 6 days and the second revision should take you 2 days. So once you decide to do a revision in 6 days and 2 days of what took you 8 days originally, obviously it will not be possible for you to read the entire thing. So at that point, it becomes important for you to make notes so that you can refer. And please remember, when I wrote my exams, that time I had 9 days, 9 exams. Only Sunday was a holiday. But now I think they become a little lenient, and with your intermediate and final exam, they give you 1 exam, 1 holiday, 1 exam, 1 holiday. So please just imagine that day before the exam, when you're preparing for the next day, is it possible for you to go through the entire syllabus, what you have gone through in 8 days, to go through in less than 24 hours? I don't think so. So at that point, this is what will be advantages for you, that whatever notes you have made, short notes, those have to be referred to, and you'll have to quickly brush up through all your subjects through your short notes. So how you do it, it depends on you. Whether you write it in your textbook, whether you maintain another notebook, or whether you use a highlighter, the fluorescent color highlighter, or you use sticky notes like how I did. I stuck notes on every page. So if you actually see my textbooks, it will be in a mess. You'll find sticky notes on almost every page, because that's what worked for me. Because it worked for me, not necessarily it will work for you as well. This is just an idea, and you can choose whatever method suits you. But please get into the habit of writing as well, because the CA exams are going to be lengthy papers. So you need to get into the habit of writing. All right. Then we come to practice recall. Check what you know. Now, always, this is one problem which I faced. I always thought I forget theory. That if I've studied the theory subject of 200 pages, I've studied the entire subject, when I close the book, I always thought I forget it, or I'm not able to recollect it. But please remember, it is there in some corner of your mind. All that theory that you've studied is there. So don't worry about it for your examination. Okay, like I told you, initially you have 8 or 10 subjects cramped in your head. But once you go for a particular subject's exam, only that exam knowledge or the exam information will come into your head, and the others will clutter out. All right, so don't worry about it. Now, the thing about forgetting theory is also you need to be mentally strong that no, you haven't forgotten the theory. The theory is there in your head, and once the question comes, you will answer it. Now, how do you ensure that you revise for it? Again, here, the revision will be through RTPs, MTPs, and suggested answers, which you need to refer after each chapter. You need to go through the RTPs, MTPs, and suggested answers for that chapter. Suggested answers are previous examination solved papers. MTPs are sample questions for each chapter, and revision test papers are revision questions given to you for each topic by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. It is all there on their website. You can access it and make use of it whenever you want. All right, and then practice questions, exam simulation. Exam simulation means under examination conditions, you need to practice the questions that you need to answer. So you will have to set your own paper, or you'll have to ask your friend or someone to set a paper for you, or you need to take a suggested answer last year's paper or revision test paper and answer it under exam conditions. Because please remember, let's face it, with the advent of technology these days, we are not very used to writing. Now, all of us might have incredible speed in typing messages on WhatsApp or typing emails, but let's face it, we all have lost the touch of writing. We used to write a lot in our school and college, but since we have quit college and school, writing is become less, and in fact more so with the advent of mobile phones and tablets and laptops. The skill of writing has taken a backseat. But please remember, in a CA exam you need to write, so your hands might ache, you might not have that speed if you go directly for the examination. So start getting into the habit of writing. And exam simulation means under examination conditions, wherein you have no book with you, 3 hours, you take a revision test paper or a mock test paper and you actually solve the paper. Will give you a lot of confidence, and will also tell you the areas of improvement. It will help you identify your areas of improvement. Okay, so this is just the preparation for the examination. Now, before an exam, during the exam, and after the exam, what you need to do, we will look further. So please take a minute, go through this slide, and then we proceed. Any questions? Please ask me. Hi Krishna Sharma, how are you? Okay, now these are certain things that you need to know, that you need to keep in mind when you go for an examination. That's why I have called it as first of all. It's very important. Okay, first of all, understand what is being asked. Now, let's say you've got the question paper in front of you and there are 10 questions. So you need to calmly, first and foremost, just unclutter your mind. Unclutter your mind and try and understand what is being asked. Okay, immediately when you read the question calmly, you should know which chapter it is, what section or what concept is relating to, and what is being asked. Once you can identify that, half the battle is done. Okay, and then answer only the question. Now, let's face it, all of us, you, me, everyone may be in the habit of writing stories when we wrote our 10th standard, 12th standard, and degree examinations. But in a chartered accountancy exam or a professional exam, please read the question properly, understand what is being asked, and answer only the question. Do not beat around the bush. Now, what do I mean by do not beat around the bush? I mean, do not keep talking about stuff that is not related to the question or not related to the answer. Don't make a build up. Directly attack the question and attack the answer of that question. Do not talk unwanted or do not say unnecessary stuff in your paper, because firstly it will waste a lot of time for you, and secondly the invigilator does not have the time to read those answers or read those numerous lines that you write. Okay, so please stick to the point. Okay, and do not beat around the bush. Next, do not include. So we've already discussed about understand what is being asked, answer the question. Now we talk about do not include irrelevant material. Like I told you, in an examination, when a question is, when a CA examination or any examination, when a question is asked to you, keep the answer brief and keep the answer to the point. Do not try to fill sheets after sheets, repeating the same thing or beating around the bush. Be specific and cut your answer short. So do not include irrelevant material, because that might irritate the invigilator, and that might work negatively for you. So please be to the point. Okay, then use the format in which your answers are required. This is where it's important for you to go through your suggested answers, RTPs, and mock test papers, because in that, along with the question, even the answers are given, and the format in which you need to answer may also be given there, as to how do you need to build up the answer paragraph wise. Please always remember, do not write one whole big paragraph of one page. Break up your answer into smaller paragraphs and giving importance to each paragraph as to what you need to write. First one will be a small introduction, then you go to the body of the topic, and then you end it up. So you'll have to do it in such a way, not exactly in that way, but yes, you'll have to break it up in paragraphs. So use the format. How do you get the format? Once you go to your RTPs, MTPs, suggested answers, you will get an idea of what is the format in which the institute expects your answers, and you need to answer accordingly. Okay, then practice answering previous year examinations. Previous year examinations, you get a lot of suggested answers issued by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, wherein they give you the previous year papers and along with the solutions for the same. So you need to go through the suggested answers of the previous years to know what were the kind of questions asked in the previous year, as well as what is the answer that the institute was expecting, so that you know what is the answer you need to give, and also the format in which you need to answer that. So by doing that, firstly you'll also get the format, and you'll also get what is the answer they were looking for. So that's important. That's why you need to know the suggested answers. You need to go through your RTPs, MTPs, suggested answers. And then lastly and most importantly, like I said in the previous slide as well, simulate exam conditions, because for the people who have not given professional exams before, or who have not written exams in a while, it will be difficult for you to get used to that environment. So please simulate exam conditions or exam environment and write mock exams. Ask your mom or ask your parent to conduct mock exams for you, and then you evaluate your results and then improve your performance. All these are just immediately before your exam, okay, or at the exam. So you need to incorporate all these points also in your preparation. Please take about a minute, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions? Please ask me. Okay, now what we're going to discuss are things you need to do or things you do not need to do just before your exams. Let's say your exams are just a couple of days away. Okay, what are the things you need to do and what are the things you do not need to know your exam dates. First and foremost, we need to get to the basics. We need to know the exam dates. Okay, please do not get confused, and put up your timetable in a very visible place in your house, in your room, where you will not miss it. You get the timetable for the CA exams and any other exams much in advance. So you please fix it up on a wall or fix it up on your cupboard in big bold letters so that you know when is the examination. Because the worst thing that can happen to you is you get confused for the examination, and it will be a nightmare if you miss the exams due to a confusion. All right. So please put it in a very conspicuous and visible place in your house. Nextly, try not to panic. Set out everything you need to do and display it in your house. Like I told you, everything that you need. For example, if you need to carry your hall ticket, please write it down and put it somewhere that please carry your hall ticket, carry good pens. If you use an ink pen, carry extra ink pen, carry a blotting paper, and try not to panic. Stay calm, because like I told you in the first slide, an examination is not a test of your intelligence. It's a test of your mental strength. It's a test of how soon you can retrieve things and how soon you can understand the question and answer it based on what you have learned or trained for many days. Okay, it is not a test of your intelligence. So you have to stay calm. If you panic, you will lose out on whatever you've studied, and that will take over and cover your mind or clutter your mind with whatever you've studied. So it will erase whatever you've studied. So please do not panic. Okay, first one. Being nervous for an exam is healthy, but it shows you care about it. Now, this is a very important part. Yes, you need to be nervous, because a little bit of nervousness or a little bit of butterflies in your stomach actually shows that you're serious about the exam. Okay, and that's good. Being a little nervous before your exam is very good, because if you're not nervous and if you're very, very, very confident, it could mean two things. First thing is, either you don't care about the result, whether you pass or fail, you don't care. Or the second thing, you could be you are overconfident about your exams. So in either ways, it's going to be harmful to you. Okay, so it's a little bit of nervousness, a little bit of fear just before the exam is good. But make sure that that seriousness or fear does not become too big. It does not overpower you. In that case, you are going to lose out on whatever preparation or studies you've done in the last couple of months or few months for your examination. Okay, so if you are a bit nervous for your exam, it's good. It just shows your seriousness for those examinations. Next, be prepared. Needless to say, when you're appearing for an examination, you need to be prepared. Okay, and whatever is your situation or however you have prepared, just do the best of your ability and go there, prepare for the exams and go and write the exams. Never miss an examination. If it is, however scared you are, however nervous you are, how many ever butterflies you have in your stomach, please go and write the exams. When you sit in the examination hall, please remember it's all going to calm down. It's only before you get the question paper in front of you, before you sit down on the seat. Once you sit there and you get the question paper in front of you, everything is going to calm down. And there are only two things that can happen. Remember, either you know it or you don't know it. Simple as that. So there can be nothing worse than that. So please go and write the examination. Be prepared for it. Next, find out about the exam. That is the time allowed, the topic, how many questions you need to answer. So for this, you need to, every year, I think the CA exams, or every 1 or 2 years, they change the format of the paper. So please, you need to acquaint yourself with what is the format of the paper. Is it objective types? Is it multiple choice questions? Is it explanatory or description type questions? And based on that, you need to be prepared as to what will be the format, what will be the time, whether it's 3 hours, 2 hours, 2.5. Normally a CA exam is for 3 hours, and how many questions you need to answer. So it shouldn't come as a surprise to you when you're sitting in the examination hall. All this information should be prepared by you or be ready with you much before you sit for the examination, at least the format and the time, so that last minute shocks are avoided. Then most importantly, please think positive. Think that everything is going to go well. Everything that you have studied so far, you will remember it, and it will come back to you when you sit for the exam, and when the question comes, everything will come back to your mind. Everything will come back. So don't worry. It happens when you study a lot of things, you get worried whether you remember it or not, but it is there in some corner of your mind. It is there, and once you see the question, it will all come back. Eat sensibly. Your brain needs energy. Eat a good breakfast. Keep yourself hydrated. Water helps you concentrate. See, these are all small things which we tend to ignore. We need to eat healthy. We do not eat unhealthy before an examination. You do not want a stomach upset before your examination. You do not want to feel pain in your stomach, or you do not want to feel uneasy just before your examination. So have a healthy breakfast, have a light breakfast, and keep yourself hydrated. In the CA exam, I don't know if you're allowed to carry water anymore, or there might be water there. Right now with the COVID situation, maybe you're allowed to carry your own water. So please carry your own water and keep yourself hydrated, because if your mind is if your body is hydrated, your mind works with more concentration. These are small things which we think don't make a difference, but trust me, they make a lot of difference. Okay, and then check if you have the right equipment for the exam. Organize it the night before. Like I told you, if you're using a ballpoint pen, see that the ballpoint pen ink has not frozen. If you're using an ink pen, see that you carry extra ink along with blotting paper, and so that you don't spill the ink on your answer sheets, because then everything is destroyed. So be very careful. If you need to use a pencil or a ruler, carry that. Okay, so these are basic things that you need to carry. You need to carry your hall ticket. Do not forget your hall ticket, because it's a nightmare if you forget your hall ticket on the morning of the exam. All right, so all these things should be done a night before the exam, so that you do not panic in the morning. Because please remember, you have enough things to worry about in the morning. You have enough tension about the exam already, and you should not have additional tension about your hall ticket or your pens or anything like that. Okay, and leave early on the day of exam. I think all over India today, traffic is a big problem. And if you're living in one of the metros, then traffic is a huge problem. So don't take a chance. It's better to reach half an hour before the exam and wait there for half an hour than reach 5 minutes or 10 minutes late for the examination. So always reach before time. Okay. So these are the simple tips that you need to follow just before your exam. Take about a minute, go through this. In case you have any questions, please ask me. Take about a minute. Any questions, please ask me. Okay, now we have prepared just before the exam. What do we need to do? Now let's discuss things about during the examination. Okay, now what happens? Now you've entered the examination hall, you're sitting on the table, and now we need to see what you need to do. Firstly, when the question paper comes in front of you, look through the paper. And in the paper, in your mind, mark the difficult questions, which you could do first, because normally in a question paper, you're not allowed to write anything with your pen. So be very careful. Do not write anything on the question paper. In your mind, just mark the difficult questions as you could do them first. Now, see, this is a very subjective thing. Now, for a lot of people, when they look at a paper, mark the difficult questions so that they can do the difficult questions before, for the simple reason that their mind is fresh. Okay, so then they might decide that, okay, my mind is fresh, so let me do the difficult questions first. But there are people who do it the other way as well. They might mark the easy questions and they might say, okay, this question is easy, let me first put those marks in my pocket, then for the remaining marks I will see. Okay, so it's either ways. Either you may want to mark the first questions, difficult questions first and do them first, or you might want to do the easy ones, right? It's up to you. When I wrote my exams, I always did the easy ones first. Whatever I knew and whatever I was confident about, I wrote those answers first, so that at least I secured those marks. So if 20 or 30 marks of mine were secure out of 100, then I had to just focus for another 20 or 30 marks out of the remaining 70 marks. That's the way I focused and did my paper. So this thing is a very subjective thing. You could either mark the difficult question first, or you could do the easy questions first. That's your choice. Okay, no one stops you. I did the easy questions first. I secured whatever marks I had to get, and those I got it first. Okay, then look at the marks available. Shows how much detail you need. So please remember, you need to, this is a very important point, you need to devote time to a question based on the amount of marks it has. Okay, when I wrote my exams, I used to get 2-mark questions, 5-mark questions, or 15-mark questions. So for a 2-mark question, you write a paragraph, you write a small paragraph, and think for a 5-mark question, maybe half a paragraph or 3/4 of a page was important. And for a 15-mark question, maybe 2 pages or 2.5 pages were required. So please, if for a 2-mark question or a 5-mark question, do not write 1 page, 2 page, or 2.5 pages, because you're just wasting time. Look at the marks allotted to the question, and according to that, keep the length of your answers. That's very important in order to save time. All right. So you need to decide what length your answer is going to be based on the marks available. Next, pace yourself. Allow enough time to answer all the questions required. See, there was always one funda which I followed when I wrote my exams. Whatever happens, please attempt 100 marks. Attempt 100 marks in the paper, and do not leave any question unanswered. Even if you have a little idea about the question, please answer it. You never know. If your concept or your idea is right, you might get marks for it. Or max to max, what happens? You do not get marks for it. Even if you leave a question, you don't get marks for it. So it's better to always attempt it and give a chance for yourself to get some marks. So allow yourself enough time to answer all the questions. And for this part becomes important. You need to see that based on the marks allotted, you need to spend time on the question. So that will enable you to save time. And once you save time, you will be in a position to answer all the 100 questions, 100 marks. So you need to prioritize your answers based on the marks, and then whatever time you save, please focus on writing the entire 100 marks of the paper. That is what I always followed in all my exams. Be it CA, CS, CWA, LLB, BCom, whatever, I wrote 100 marks, or I aimed to write 100 marks. So that I gave myself more chances of clearing the papers. Next is write neatly. It is very important for you to write neatly for a simple reason that, please remember, the invigilator is going to correct thousands of papers, and while correcting it, he might be irritated at some times, and if your handwriting is not neat, then he might not even make an effort to read what you've written, and he might not give you the marks, even though what you may have written may be right. But please give the invigilator a chance and write neatly. Make sure your handwriting is legible and it's very neat, so that the invigilator has no problem in reading what you have written. And then last and most important, please stay calm during an examination, because now all your preparation, what you've done over the months, is now left behind, and it's all about that moment. Not that moment. So this is it. Whatever you've prepared, everything, now it's a time for you to put it out on paper, and unless you stay calm and don't panic, then you will not be able to bring it out properly. So just stay calm. Everything is okay, everything is going as per your plan. Just stay calm. If you panic, you're going to spoil everything. Just stay calm during the exams. Finish those 3 hours, and then come out of the examination. One more thing out of personal experience I would like to tell you is, never be in a hurry to come out of the examination hall. You have been given 3 hours for a reason, and if sometime you think that you finish the paper in 2 hours 20 minutes or 2 hours and you have 1 hour to spare, this is what I did. Now I leave it up to you, but please do not be in a hurry to leave the examination hall, because you might suddenly realize you missed an answer, or there is an answer you could have done better at. So you have that 1 hour with you. So go through your paper again and again in detail. And if you think you've missed something, please utilize the time, that 1 hour or 40 minutes or half an hour, whatever you think you have finished earlier. Use that time to improve and add up on your answers, if any. See that your question numbers and your answer numbers are correct, because if you quote the wrong answer number, then you lose marks, even though your answer might be right. So please, these are small things that you need to check. Please check your roll number, please check your subject code, please check your entries in the beginning of the paper. So this is, you can do all this if you finished your paper early. So do not be in a hurry to leave the hall, examination hall, in a hurry. All right. And after the exams, now we've discussed about before exams, after, during the exams, and after the exams. Now you've written your exams, you've submitted your paper. Now there is nothing you can do. So don't panic. It's all done. You have put out whatever you had to put in the paper. You have retrieved whatever information you had, and you put it on the paper. So don't panic, and please think about the next examination. Because of, if God forbid, if your exam has gone bad, don't spoil the next exam because of this. It's okay, you know, you've tried your best, you've given it your best shot, but don't panic. All right. Don't compare answers. Now this is one thing which a lot of us do, and there are a lot of people who will force you to do this. I was never the type who came out of my examination hall and compared answers. When I finished my exam, I quietly went out, took my bag, put my stuff in the bag, and went. I did not discuss answers with anyone, because you will see a lot of people, "Arey, what is this answer? What is that answer? What did you do for this formula? What did you do for that formula?" So please remember, when you were in the exam hall, there was something that you thought you did rightly and you came out. But it's those people who keep discussing, they might tend to upset you. They might tend to upset your mind. Now, it's not necessary that what they have done is right, but the way they say it at times is like, "Oh, whatever they did in the paper and come, it's completely clear, and this thing and that thing." So don't really compare your answers after your examination. Come home, calmly look at the question paper, try to absorb what you've done, and in case you are okay with the paper, then move on and do the next paper. All right. So like I said, relax and prepare for the next exam. Please do not panic, do not compare answers. Come back, have a nice sleep, have nice lunch, and take some rest, and then start preparing for your next examination, because that paper is also important. Okay, do not be tempted to check your answers. A lot of us get tempted to come back, open the question paper, open the textbook, and see the answers. Do not do that, you know, because if by chance, if any of your answer turns out to be wrong, that will upset you pretty much. Okay, so don't do that. Whatever you've written, whatever you've put in the paper, it's over. Now focus on the next examination, and do not come home and check your answers with the textbook. It's okay, what is done is done. If in case you do not manage to clear that paper, there's always a next time. But because of that, do not spoil your next paper. And as always, think positive. Whatever happened, whatever will happen for the good. So do not get any negative thoughts that will affect the remaining papers. And please remember, when in your final or intermediate, when you have back to back 6 or 9 papers, it can be quite a stressful task. So always think positive, and the minute you start thinking negatively, it will just add to the problems, or it will add to the confusion that you will face. So think positive, do not think negative. Okay, please take about 30 seconds, go through this, and we proceed. Okay, now you've done before the exams, you've written your exams, and after the exams. Now these are just a few tips that will help you in preparing for your exam. Develop Okay. Please develop effective revisions practices. Like I told you, a day before your exam, you will not have time to read the entire textbook. So please develop effective revision practices like RTPs, writing down notes, sticky notes, highlighters, and all that. So please develop effective revision practices. Improving memorization and recall skills. You need to work. See, it's not intelligence; it is your recalling skills. So you need to work constantly on memorizing things and recalling skills as to how you can recall that information when a question comes to you. So keep some hook points, keep some hook terms which help you remember or recall a particular topic or session. Develop analytical reading and planning skills under time conditions. Bring succinct and focused with answer. You need to be succinct means being very precise, and focused means to the point. Like I told you earlier, be focused and precise with your answers. Do not beat around the bush. Strengthening post-examination reflection. Now, once you've done your examination, it's out of your control. You have given the answer sheet and there's nothing you can do about it. So do not panic. Stay calm. Take a deep breath and prepare for the next examination. There's nothing much you can do for that exam. All right. So you need to be mentally strong. Do not sulk over it and spoil your other exams. Preparation for success in examinations. Please remember, examinations are a process which you need to enjoy. While doing an exam, maybe the fear is there, the panic is there, but trust me, once you've cleared an exam successfully, you start enjoying it. You start enjoying the feeling. So prepare for success in the examination, and never ever mentally prepare for failure. Always when you're going for an examination, you're going there to pass. You're never going to fail. And then ensuring self-efficacy. That means do things on your own. Be self-motivated and self-driven. Do not make anyone force you to do things. Do things because you want to do them, because then that makes it easier. All right. Unbalanced answer. Now, maximum gains for time in the early stages of your answer. Like I told you, initially either you decide on the difficult answer or the easy answer and write that, because when I gave my exams, I always attempted the easy ones first and pocketed all the marks I could get. Then the remaining marks, I managed it with the other answers. But if you are the ones who wants to attack the difficult questions first, it's your choice. You can do it. Plan your time in advance. When you read the question paper, please allocate time for each question. If it's a 2-mark, 5-mark or 15-mark question, accordingly allocate time for it and never overshoot. Even if your answer is incomplete, you haven't got the final answer, if the time is up, please stop and go to the next question. Try and finish that question fast and come back to this question. Rehearse producing quality work in time available. Like I said, you need to simulate the exam conditions and then answer questions to get into the habit of writing and thinking quickly, and then equal time for equal marks. If there are various questions for 5 marks, for all of those 5 marks, you should write about a half a page or 3/4 of a page. Not necessarily for one 5-mark, you write half page, and another 5-mark, you write 5 pages. No, equal marks, equal time for equal marks. Only then will you be able to finish your paper on time. And please remember one thing I told you. Always try to attempt 100 marks in your paper. Never leave any questions unanswered and come back. Attempt for 100 marks and then leave it. Leave the remaining to your efforts and destiny. Okay. Now, also you need to put a little time about the examiner. Please remember, he's going to correct thousands of papers. He's going to be burning midnight oil and correcting your papers. So please make his work easier. Please answer your questions in a systematic and a stepwise manner. Keep your handwriting neat and legible, and so that the invigilator or the examiner, it's easy for him to correct it, and he's looking for certain key points in your answer. Make sure you put those key points to get your marks. All right, so please spare a thought about the examiner as well. Now, if this is the kind of handwriting you have, then that's going to make the job of the examiner even more difficult. So because, remember, just imagine if he's correcting the papers late at night. So looking at this handwriting, what is he going to understand? So please make things easy for him and avoid this as much as possible. Keep your handwriting neat, legible, and something that a person can read at one shot. Okay, now writing, not the same level as assessment. Keeping your writing simple. You need to keep your writing simple. Use short sentences, use paragraphs, and like I told you, please practice writing. Most of us have left the habit of writing, so we need to get into the habit of writing. So start practicing writing when you prepare for the examination. Read something and write it, because writing is equal to memorizing or reading something 3 times. So get into the habit of writing, and avoid unsupported value judgments. When you write your paper, any opinion or any judgment that you put on the paper, please support it with case laws sections and do not just randomly put anything. This point is very important. Okay, so your writing skills are also tested in an examination. Just one sec. Okay, so I think I've covered most of the aspects of preparation, how to face your examination. We've discussed about before exam, after exam, and during the exams, about your writing skills and a few other pointers. And also, please remember to keep your mind calm, because if your mind is not calm, you will not be able to retrieve the information when you're answering the questions. So with this, I end today's session on how to face the examinations. So I thank you all for your patient listening, and I also request you to use the code Prathik when you choose the package for your Plus platform, that is 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months or 24 months. You get a discount of 10% on the package. The 1 month package, just one second. The 1 month package after discount costs you about 3150. The 3 month package costs you about 7875. The 6 month package costs you about 12,600, and the 24 months package costs you about 18,900. Please do not forget to use the code Pratik to get a discount of 10% on the listed price. And while you're free to choose the package of your choice, I would strongly recommend you to go for the 12-month or 24-month package, because it is cost effective if you see the per month cost. And also the foundation and intermediate course normally takes about a year's time to prepare and clear. So it makes sense for you to go for the 12-month package. Having said this, you're free to go for the package you want, but please do not forget to use the code Pratik to get a discount of 10% on your listed price. For those of you who are using the Unacademy Learning app, I thank you very much and request your support in future as well. For those of you who have not used the Unacademy Learning app, I request you to go to your Play Store and download it from there. Put your mobile number and enter the OTP that you get on your mobile to register on the Unacademy Learning app. The Unacademy Learning app will open the gateway of its contents, courses, or resources to you for preparation of various examinations, and you can carry all this in your pocket to be accessed at any point, at anywhere, and any time of the day. There is no restrictions. So I hope to see you on the Unacademy Learning app and the Plus platform of Unacademy very soon. Until my next sessions, this is Prathik Gupta signing off. And thank you very much for your patient listening, and I hope to see you again soon. In case you have any questions, please let me know. And also, I have taken various other sessions on YouTube and the Unacademy app on various topics and this thing. I hope you go through them and find them useful. And for the people who have not yet followed my profile on Unacademy app, I request you to follow my profile. You can look for Prathik Gupta, Prathik, and find me on the YouTube channel to look at my sessions. And also on the Unacademy app, you can look me up by Prathik Gupta and press the follow button to follow my profile and get real-time updates about the timings and topics of my session. Thank you so much for the patient listening, and I will see you around soon.